Okay, welcome to this video. What we want to do is we want to actually have two dice going on and not just one. So you've got this one dice, you've got him rolling, and he does some animation, but at the end of the day, when he's done animating himself, he changes his costume to match whatever number is in that orange box. And he looks at that, uses that number to pick his costume. Boom. Now, before we get started, there's one block I want you to get rid of. So I want you to make sure you're with me. Click on your dice. Make sure you're in the brain of the dice. And right now, when you go here, he says when the green is clicked, go to that spot. Well, that block, I want you to get rid of that. So do that with me now. Pause me if you need to catch up, and that would be awesome. Now, what you've got here is last video you made this animation business, and there's some kind of stuff you did here. I don't know if you used a loop or you just put a bunch of random crap, but at the very end, whenever you're done, the die says, I want to change my costume to my fourth costume, or whatever costume number is in that box. So in this exact case, it's the fourth one, but now I'm saying switch my costume to the sixth costume, because I'm going to grab whatever's in that, which makes him look pretty. You happy? That's awesome. Now, let's do this. Go with me, make sure you're with me on the right sprite. I want to click on the whatever that thing is, click on him. Here's his brain. Now really, here's what I'm going to say. The dice is just to look pretty. The actual rolling is happening right here in Alien's brain. Boom, boom, boom. Now, here's what I want you to do. We need two dice. I've only got one number. So if I need two dice, I need another number. So you want to, boom. So now you'll have this one represents the first dice, this one's going to represent the second dice. Now right now, that variable just sits there and doesn't do anything. So what I want you to do is, again, you're in the alien's brain. What you want to do is, this rolls the first die. Now I want you to come here and say, roll the second one, right? So the first one gets rolled, the second one's always 0, which is really lame. So I want you to roll that second dice. So here's what I want you to do. Give it a pause, try it out, see how it works. Okay, you're back. You got it done. How do you know you got it done? Because now, when I click him, both of these numbers get set to be random. And of course, you don't want them to ever be like 100 or 300. I click him, I get two random numbers. Make sure they both show up as random numbers. Now, this is not exciting because I don't have like a visual representation of the die. So we're going to fix that too. So that's what's coming next, is we're going to make it pretty. So make sure, take a second, click him several times, make sure both your numbers are getting set to appropriate random numbers. Okay, so now it's time to make another die be really pretty and show up. You ready? So what I'm going to do is, this is really lazy. See how you've got this sprite down here, which is the die? I want you to right click on it, and I want you to duplicate it. Boom. Now we're going to move it, I don't know, wherever you think is appropriate, but here's the mission. This one is going to be bossed around by that number. This one should be bossed around by that number. Now, I got bad news, because what we've got is they have the exact same brain right now, right? So they're both looking at that number. You with me? They both are showing me a 2. They're both showing me a 4, because they're both looking at this box. That's no bueno. So we need one real quick change to make that work. So here's what I want you to do. Click on Dice 2. You have, in Dice 2, he has the exact same brain as Dice 1. He says, when somebody tells me to roll the dice, I do this, I do this, I do some kind of craziness to make it look like it's doing something, and then I land on my costume, and he says, my costume should match number 1. So, take a look at this. Now yours looks a little different right here in the middle with the animation, but then the very last thing is the important thing that says change my clothes, and I'm going to use that number right there to pick my clothes. So he used that 4. What he should do is he should be using that 3. He should be showing me his costume 3. So, I want you to pause me. I want you to take a look at your code here, and I want you to think about it. I want you to make the right change so that die 1 should still look at that first number. Die 2 should look at the second number and use that number to pick out his costume. So I want you to pause me and try to fix that real quick, and I'll show you what it should look like when you're done. Okay, so when you're totally done, I should take out his speech bubble. Take a look at this. When it rolls, this one uses whatever number is in that box to pick his costume. This one uses whatever number is in that box to pick his costume. So double check. 1, 1, 4, 4. Roll it again. 3, 3, 1, 1. So they're each they have a very similar brain except for that one difference. So make sure you have this. Show it to your teacher. Call your teacher over, show them that your 2 dice are amazing. If you're stuck, ask your teacher. You can take out that word bubble if you want to. So make sure you have this. Make sure you check it several times. 5, 5, 3, 3. Awesome.